Hi guys, I could say I'm feeling better or feeling good now. But when I came in on Friday, I was not feeling well. In fact, while at the airport in Miami, because the flight had to stop over, they had this man just start talking with me. And the last thing he said before he walked away, he said, "Oh, be careful. There's altitude sickness in Ecuador." Because apparently he lived here or he spent a lot of time here because he said he worked with American Airlines. I don't know if he was a pilot, if he was a flight attendant or what, but he said he worked with American Airlines. So he spent a lot of time in Ecuador. So when he said this, I said, "Oh, altitude sickness," and I forgot it. Came off the plane, came into the hotel room, and was just trying to say I'm going to unpack stuff because I find it's one of the jar with my skin oil, it had spilled. So I didn't know if anything has spilled anywhere else. So I'm trying to unpack and things like that. And then I get in this bad nauseating feelings. But initially I thought that it's because I'm hungry because I was hungry. I didn't had anything much to eat and I was up since about minutes to 2 in the morning. And we're talking about after 4 o'clock US time, which was after 3 here in Ecuador. So I put it down to being hungry. I said, let me get a cup of tea because I'm a tea person. The kettle, the water was very cold. Then that was another problem. So drinking this cold tea or lukewarm tea, it was not hot. That even made me feel worse. So I went and I got something to eat. All the time not feeling well, all the time not feeling well. And when I came back upstairs, my heart started going boop, 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 boop. And I felt like if I ran up 100 stairs. Mind you guys, I didn't walk much because when I exited the elevator, the cafe was like 1 minute, if that long walk. Get back into the elevator, came upstairs, walked down to my room. But I was feeling like I'm about to pass out and all these things start passing to me. Are you getting a heart attack? What it is? And for a moment, I thought of calling the front desk and asking them to call for an ambulance to me because I was feeling horrible. Then Ramono, that's the guy's name, voice popped in my head about this altitude sickness. So I went and I sat down on the bed. Something just to sit on the edge of the bed. And I sat down and gradually my breathing got back to normal. My heart stopped going crazy, but it's still this nauseating feelings. Anyway, I reached out to some friends on Facebook who lives in Ecuador, and everybody said, yes, the altitude sickness. They give me advice, drink lots of water, rest, this cocoa leaf, which I haven't gotten as yet. But guys, I did some research on Ecuador. But the things we usually research is, oh, the weather and the hotel and whether they have transportation and the price of food and all of these other things. And in my research, no one mentioned this altitude sickness. Perhaps they didn't see something to mention. They might think that everybody will understand or someone might have experienced it before. But in my case, none of the above. So this is a warning for you guys. If you're going to anywhere, if you come into Ecuador or you're going to anywhere like Peru or anything with a high altitude, be prepared for it. It might not affect you because I text someone else and she said it didn't bother her that much. But for me, it had me out. I was crawling around this room very cautiously. I was not jumping up off of beds suddenly. And when I find that I'm okay, but when I go and take a shower, you know, the whole thing, putting on clothes, taking off clothes, creaming your skin, washing your body, all of that, when I'm finished, I'm on the 10th floor of the hotel. So even going down to the ground floor, in the elevator, when I come back from breakfast this morning, I find this light bread. I had a very long nap, which is very unusual in my case, napping during the day. And now I'm talking to you is because I'm feeling much better now. I don't know if I try, because I have to go and get something to eat. When I go to get something to eat or I try moving around, how I'm going to feel. But what I have to do is move cautiously. Guys, in some way I needed a rest. Although I would have really preferred that on my own I had taken the rest, which God knows would not have happened. But I find myself sleeping and during the day, and then at night I'm actually feeling sleepy again and going back to sleep. That is not me. If I sleep during the day, I have a problem sleeping at night. But no, my body was, and still to an extent, so tired that the nap is working. Other than that, I can't say much about Ecuador other than looking through the window and taking pictures, because where I am, I have the hillside. And the hillside remind me so much of Portugal's, those homes on the hillside and the colorful building. But on my way in, the street was looking a lot like Turkey with the busyness and the several shops. What I observed, the endless places to eat. That was Portugal, like one spot after the other, one spot after the other. I saw it in Turkey too. There are endless places to eat. The transportation, it seems to be good. At least several buses going back and forth. There's traffic congestion as I look through the hotel window. What I find with the food so far, the seafood is well cooked. It's not overcooked. You know, sometimes you get fish and it's dry because they cook it too long, or the shrimp is very tough because they cook it too long. But I'm very sensitive to salt. So someone else might eat the food and don't find it salty. In fact, my daughter Kenya might eat it and don't find it salty. But for me, it is very, very salty. The rice is salty. Last night I had a sea bass. I want to hear coconut sauce. I grew up with coconut. Anybody in Guyana know coconut play a very important role in your life. Coconut was all around. So I grew up eating a lot of coconut. So anytime I hear anything with coconut milk inside of it or coconut sauce and rice, there's a great combination for me. Last night was just the sea bass, which was well cooked, and it was not salted. Thank God for that. So there was a savior. What I send back mostly rice. Imagine me turning back rice. No, the show things wasn't right. And the coconut sauce, it looks so nice, but when you taste it, it's heavily with sauce. The same thing when I came in on Thursday. I went downstairs. They had this shrimp and rice, it's like a fried rice. It's supposed to have a hint of coconut in it too. I was excited that the rice was very, very salt. The shrimp was they were very generous with the shrimp. So what I did, I just had the shrimp. I had an avocado salad, and that's what I had. So I just don't know if this heavy salt is to the hotel or it is the culture of the way they cook it. But over the years, I've gotten very sensitive. And as I said, someone else who eat it, I might not find it salty. But for me, it was very salty. So even that, I think, is helping to me not feeling good because I'm not eating right. I'm not eating enough. When I go upstairs to the executive lunch, they have little snacks and nice little cakes and things like that. But it's not working. And another problem personally I'm experiencing is I drink tea. I drink lots of tea. So I even walk with all my tea bags. But the kettle here, the one, even the hot water in the restaurant and the one up at the executive lounge, this thing is lukewarm. So when you brew the tea for me, for someone else it might be different. The minute the tea brew, I have to stand up there and drink it entirely out. If I wait 2 more seconds, it's lukewarm. So this morning when I went down to breakfast, I used my Google Translate and I told the server I would like very, 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 very hot water. And I show it to him in case if he didn't, he's saying yes. I didn't know if he was understanding me because not only I'm not speaking Spanish, I got an accent. So I show him it. He said, okay. He said, no. I said, no. I sent it to him. I said, in the next 15 minutes. Because then I have all my fruit and everything. The tea is the very last thing I usually drink. And guys, oh my God. He brought, so I could get hot water in this place, but not through the kettle that they offer or not by asking them to bring you hot water in the restaurant or the cafe, you have to specify the heat level of the hot water. So he came, oh my gosh, and I put my tea bag inside of it. Oh my, I'm telling you this, I was smiling because this is the first time in nearly 3 days I had a cup of hot tea, so that helped me. Drinking the warm, lukewarm water was upsetting my stomach. I developed a whole lot of gas, which is not good. Last night, my stomach was huge, like if I'm about 5 months pregnant, because I was so bloated with all the gas. So last night, the sleep wasn't good because I was tossing and turning. But the blessing about it is that I'm able to recognize or know what is bringing this discomfort. I'm so happy that I'm not in hospital. I wouldn't have gone Googling no altitude sickness or asking anybody with altitude sickness. I would have gone straight to the hospital because in my head I was getting a heart attack or something very horrible was happening to me, right? But that is how our Father looked after his children. He knew what was going to happen to me. He knew I did not know. He knew the panic that would have been created in my spirit because I'm here alone. I'm in a strange country and suddenly feeling horrible. And there was not anything. That sometimes like when you finish exercising, your heart beating or walking up a lot of stairs, you will expect to get the shortness of breath. But in this case, there was none of the above. I didn't exercise. I didn't walk up any stairs. And the shortness of breath was horrible. It was you feeling it and I heaving in and out and my heart is pounding. That I would have gone to the hospital. There wouldn't be no if, but, or maybe. The only thing I did pressing was the 0 on this phone in the room for them to come and take me to the hospital. Even if they say anything but altitude sickness, I didn't listen to them. I would have wanted to get to the emergency room. So God knows up front all what would have happened. So he made that man, the man was walking to, I think he said he was going to Martinique. Because Martinique, he was going to St. Martin's. So his flight was about to board. He was just at my gate because he said he was hoping to see the Miami crew that was working. But he said apparently the set of people he wanted to see was not working. So he got up and when he about to walk off, he turned back and he told me about this altitude sickness. I'm telling you this, our Father is fantastic. In little ways and in big ways, he's always there looking out for us because he knew I needed that information. And I didn't panic. I panicked, yes, initially, but it did not last long because I remember what this guy said. And I sat at the end of the bed and I felt much better, right? It wasn't scary anymore. And then I do all what I need to do. So I have some pictures, some videos being recorded from either the window of my hotel room or when I went upstairs to the executive lounge, which I will be sharing later on because I really and truly would like to make a comparison with this one here in Ecuador, the executive lounge in Ecuador, and the one in Turkey. Guys, Turkey spoiled me. I got to say that. I walking around now expecting certain services. And everybody to date is falling short. But this is it. Not everything will be equal. Things won't be the same all around. But I am so grateful to God that I'm here. I could record this video. I could share this information with you because somebody out there would be in another country with this same altitude situation like Ecuador, and they might not understand what is happening to them. And then they could prepare mentally. Who knows? Before they come upstairs, get the cocoa leaves. Or someone said use aspirin. One of the ladies said she practiced yoga. She was aware of it. So she practiced yoga and she rests a lot. She only get up to eat. And within 2 days, she was fine. I'm praying tomorrow that I feel much, much better. And I have to be honest with you guys, I have to remove some of the scary feelings in my head. Because not only I never felt this way when I travel. I never felt this way when I'm in America, right? So although you know all of these things, this type of feeling register on your memory, it register on your body. So I have to, who knows, I might just walk 3 blocks and then pace myself, sit down if possible, or just stop. And I'm going to see, because I just don't want to get like a relapse. I just don't want to get this horrible feelings anymore. So guys, have a great day. As you're looking at, I'm recording this video Saturday afternoon. I don't know when I'm putting it up. It might be tomorrow, Sunday. It might be part of Monday. I don't know, but I will be posting it. So guys, take care and enjoy the rest of the day. Bye.